Concord had a budget of $150 million. Forspoken had a budget of $100+ million. I could go on forever, but I want you to really process that. $250+ million and a total of 12 years were wasted on these garbage games, with the only redeeming quality being the skeletons of Forspoken's combat. How does this happen? What morons are hearing the pitches to these games and thinking that not only are the games a good idea, but they will be profitable, hence funding and publishing these games? Dustborn, despite having a significantly smaller budget than the aforementioned games did, received government funding. That's people's tax dollars for a heap of hot garbage. Let's not forget hating the very community in which you are making a game for. Seems dumb, but I guess it's the new marketing tactic now. The extent some of these people go to do everything but admit they're wrong is hilarious. They'll straight up say not to buy their game and then start panicking when it's week 1, 2 weeks into release, and they're projecting a loss greater than 75% because the people they told not to buy their game didn't buy their game. Trying to make an Overwatch competitor with the most horrendous looking creatures known to man, and then having the audacity to not give them unique personalities. But we need to make sure the players use the correct pronouns for a refrigerator. Seeing the landscape surrounding wokeism and the discussion around race in particular is strange to me. I'm convinced I must have fallen into an alternate dimension. I could have sworn Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream was a world where we do not hyperfixate on race, but rather an individual's character. Am I wrong? Was that a Mandela effect? Is it too far-fetched to assume this should apply to one's sexuality as well? When I was growing up, Spider-Man was my favorite superhero. I had no issue or insecurities about the fact that he was white and I happened to be black, because I was being raised right. The focus was on his character and the things he had to experience and endure. Now, my favorite hero is Batman, and I still feel the same way as a grown man. Now, it seems as though a game needs to try and preach to the choir and appease a group of people who have made their entire identity the way they look or what they put in their orifices. Nobody cares. We stopped caring about 10 to 15 years ago. I know, because I grew up in the transition where some of these views were being seen as weird, to today where you get literal incentives for leaning on them. People are now lying about sexualities and being in a minority group because you get actual real life incentives, even if it's just social points and validation. Making a game where the greatest selling point is, look, the character's ugly, can't you guys relate? No? Well, they're black, a woman, have vitiligo, they're fat, is that better? I don't know. Maybe the focus should be the character's personality, values, and beliefs, the things they have to endure and struggle with, and the story that you're making in the game. Not just throwing together the whole DEI checklist like you're trying to make the Powerpuff Girls.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice.
The delusion is so strong, they actually think they're sending a powerful message and making a difference in a world where everyone already agrees with them. They just want to be victims so badly they're turning on the people who could care less about how they live their adult lives. While games like these are getting funded and burning, there are games being made like Out of Action, Withersworn, and a very ambitious project like Vampire Syndicate Gangs of Moonfall by solo developers. So in the end, if these companies want to keep trying, they will only be crushed by the weight of what these indie developers of current and future have to offer, as these game engines become more and more accessible with each update. Let me know your thoughts below, let's have a discussion, and thanks for watching until the end.